Allahu Akbar. Assalamu alaikum. How the black nation doing tonight? I pray that all is well with you and your families tonight up under the conditions and circumstances that we live in. But we have a great future ahead of us. Pop Keys by Sir Farad Muhammad, Brother Captain, as you all know, always like starting out in prayer, giving Allah His. So I hope all of you all just coming in tonight jump right on in. So when that mothership show up, they ain't gonna be waiting on it. You got to be in time and on time. But I always keep a watch. So, in the most holy name of Almighty God Allah, who came to us in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, the great Mahdi, who was to come and has come to restore we who were lost from our own kingdom of Islam and to destroy those that have destroyed us. By thy God, O Allah, we are thy people. Deliver us from our murderers, and we serve and obey thee all the days of our lives, and we teach our children to submit to thee, to that unequal love and mercy for thou. And thanks to you, O Allah, for making manifest to us our enemy, the devil. And help us, O Allah, to live the life and die the death of a Muslim. I bear witness no God but thee, and I bear witness the most honorable Muhammad Elijah Muhammad is your last and greatest apostle. Thank you, Allah, for this day. Thank you for this gift of life. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And may your words come through me to your people. Mahdi, Son of Man, the Supreme Being, Master Farad Muhammad. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Assalamu alaikum, black folks. Tonight, through the course of the week, I was working on various subjects to present tonight. I had one subject was on vision. I had another subject I was going to give you some actual facts on our universe. I'm going to give you the weight of all the atoms that's in our universe, this supreme knowledge. And there's no one on the planet that can prove these facts wrong at all. But after going through the course of the day, Allah sent me another subject as well. And it was relating to how do you judge a tree? You judge a tree by the fruit it bears, black people. And we have to look at our fruit. What type of fruit are we bearing, bringing forth on this planet? That is very, very important for the survival of the black nation. Is the fruit we bearing, bringing forth, being geared and taught and crying for liberation? Or is the fruit we bringing forth dropping into this cesspool of the belly of the beast without any proper guidance? Because the fruit we bear, if we're talking about our children, represents tomorrow. If we're not raising and producing good fruit, then we have no future for the black nation. But this is part of the subject tonight. And another reason I gave this subject tonight as well is because I listened to a podcast of 19 Keys when he had the question and answer session a couple of days ago. And a mother called in. And she said she thinks she had failed her 5-year-old son. And she didn't think she was doing a good job of preparing him and raising him, getting him ready to go down this road of life and teaching him about the process of life, because she said the father wasn't around. Well, I'm saying to myself as well, though, but he's just 5. But I know this is a lot of concern that a lot of parents have, especially a lot of single mothers that's out there with their sons, even their daughters, and don't have a clue on how to raise them. When they see my son 19 keys in front of them, they see a man, they see a guy, they see a masculine individual that's highly productive, highly balanced, that has emotional stability. But first and foremost, what you're looking at is a man that has the knowledge of self, that's stable, is on a stable foundation, not walking in quicksand, where anybody can come up and tell you and define you and tell you who you are, or they can reverse your thinking process and have you going against your own self, being other than yourself. So I think this is a very, very good subject tonight for our people. And I always like to say that prayer and give it to the Most High. But I'm going to jump right on in tonight, right, people. And I always have tidbits that I like to throw in there, pieces of knowledge before I go into the subject. But all of it's tied together, all of it's relevant. And the first thing I like to say, who are the original people of the earth? The first people in the light of the sun. And from you came all human beings. I'm talking about you and I, black people. You're the first people under the light of the sun. And I'm amazed that a lot of people don't like to identify us as black people. We come up with various names and various regions that we live on this planet. But we are created out of triple darkness, period. And the only thing that was there was darkness and mass. You understand what I'm saying? From all darkness came the whole human family. From darkness came the sun, moon, and stars. From darkness came the trees. From darkness came the water that you breathe and the fruit that you partake of. Because it was sitting in matter, but it had to be sparked by the atoms. You say you're the original people of the earth, the first people in the light of the sun, and from you came all human beings. You are mentally asleep, and our children have run amok. This is why we, the black man, must wake up and assert yourself again as the father of all civilization. Black man, open your eyes to the reality that we're living in. Exert your talents and all your ability that you have so we can go back and get our children. When I sit back and I study young black males that's out here, see, it's easy to criticize. It's easy to look at the deaths in our community and criticize our young brothers. But you brothers and sisters, go take a look at these young guys. They're very beautiful, beautiful energy, very, very powerful young men and women. And I used to look at this generation and say, well, they might not be the best. But when you look at them, they are. And one of the keys amongst them is they'll tell you if you listen to their music, and you listen to the beats and the vibrations of the music, understand? It's powerful. It'll get you to moving your inside, that vibration. It's very, very powerful that they're putting out. And when you listen to them, they're telling you, we are not afraid to die. We're not afraid of death. If you come my way, you don't know which way we coming, but we come. So when I look at these things, what it tells me, all we have to do is turn it around. All the negativity that's going on in our community, all the deaths, if we can get our young soldiers to see the cause, to see we need to take and put our straps up, all break them down, know how to put them together, blindfolded if necessary. Looking back at you, know who your true enemy is. If we moved against white people the way we move against one another, they wouldn't bother us at all because they can see the handwriting on the wall. What's coming their way? They're afraid of the strength and the power and the force that our youth possess. That's why they keep us saturated with all of this negative energy, negative music, poverty, guns, drugs, and sex is proliferated on a 24/7 basis, plus some, in our community. And this is done on purpose to control our youth, because they know if you take out the heads, the so-called ones that they call OGs in our community, I was thinking about that because Jabril taught on that a little bit too. Because my definition of OG is not the same as everybody else used, because anybody became a damn OG. But in my mind, you always had to be qualified to become originator of God in oneself. Not original gangster, but original gods that's on that planet. It's you and I. So if you're moving in the God-like state, you're moving on a higher level. Anybody can be an OG. You can be a gang leader and kill half the people in your community. Those are not OGs, brothers and sisters. Understand? OGs are here to elevate, teach, and train, and show the way, bring in that light. That has always been my definition of what an OG is. So black man, black woman, we have work to do. And what we need to do, all the leadership out here, we need to develop vision. I'm gonna touch on that just a little bit, not a whole lot tonight. But it says the best knowledge one can be given is the knowledge of God and the knowledge of self. Say it again. The best knowledge one can be given is the knowledge of God, that true and living God, not that mystery God, and the knowledge of self. So you truly get to know yourself. Not just talking about color. I'm talking about your whole complete makeup. How the body functions. How the brain functions. What's your relationship to the universe? You understand what I'm trying to tell you, black folks? Allah, in the person of Master Fraud Muhammad the Mahdi, came and measured the universe. He came and told us the amount of atoms, the total amount of weight that the atom equal in our universe. You understand what I'm trying to tell you tonight? I'm going to give you some of this supreme knowledge. He said the total amount of atoms equal 4 quintillion pounds. Understand what I'm trying to say? 4 quintillion pounds. That's 18 ciphers. Understand? You say, how this man can weigh the atom? How can you weigh the atom? I don't know. You understand? That's God's knowledge. You understand? But that's mathematics. How did he do it? It's the question I automatically had. How can you weigh atoms? Based on the knowledge we've been taught in the public school systems of America, we don't have a clue. How hot is the sun? Do you know? 14,072 degrees Fahrenheit. Now you know. Understand what I'm saying? What is the extent of our solar system? 30 trillion miles. Oh, yes. How old is the sun? Black man, black woman. We going to school tonight a little bit. We going into the University of Islam, the highest university in the universe. 78 trillion years is how long the sun has been there. And how did it get there? Your foreparents put the sun in our universe. How old are the stars? 72 trillion years old. Huh? The moon is 66 trillion years old. What is the weight of the atmosphere? 11 and 2/3 quintillion pounds. Oh, yes. Coming right at you tonight with some facts, actual facts. It say, what is the circumference of the universe? 238 quintillion, 720 quadrillion, 104 trillion miles. Oh, yes. Understand what I'm trying to tell you tonight? So you ain't getting this out of Stanford. You're not going to get this out of Harvard. You're not going to get this out over there in Switzerland out of CERN. You understand? Well, they got all their top science and working on high technology right now. It is also the extent of which the sun rays reach into our universe. 76 quintillion miles. This is far as the extent that the sun will reach in our universe, because that's at the end of it. Understand what I'm trying to tell you tonight? What's the radius of our universe? 38 quintillion miles. What's the extent of our galaxy? 157 quintillion miles. You understand? Now you know. If you didn't know, now you know. This is part of the knowledge of self. This is our universe. We're all part of the same universe. Hydrogen, oxygen, carbon, and nitrogen, made of the same daggone thing, black people. It says, does the black man need a message from God? Does the world need a message from God? Does the United States of America need a message from God? Of course we do. It says when you see God working in a man, and then the man, and through the man, that means God is present in that man. Not no mystery God, but God is present working through man himself. Allah said that he gave man brain to encompass the spirit of his mind so he can do his will through man. That's why we call man, the divine man, mind. You understand what I'm saying? It said, you have never seen man. You have never seen the man that God made man to be. You have never seen the black man and woman that God made man to be yet. You have never seen a woman the way God intended the woman to be. Not what you see in front of you. We must learn to submit. What is the goal of man? Personally, I can tell you my goal is to grow and develop right back into my natural state of being, to my God-like state of being, going through these trials and tribulations, becoming the master of oneself, over everything, over oneself. That's my goal. And it's really your goal. Why do you pray? Why you go to church? Why you seek guidance in religion? You're trying to grow back into your natural state of being because deep down in you, you know you're not at that level. Why you know? Because of the things that we do through the course of our life. It says, you have the potential to become the master of the forces of nature and all the laws of creation. Why not aim for that? Huh? Well, see, once you get to knowledge of self, you're thinking on a whole different level, brothers and sisters. You're not thinking on a low level, you strive. You're constantly striving to overcome one's own self. You're constantly striving to tap into that one mind in the universe, which exists through us, comes through us, lives in us. You want to tap back into that God that exists within you and I. That's the whole damn purpose. It's not to acquire things. That's not our purpose on this planet. This is the ideology of the Caucasian. We're being other than ourselves, and most of us don't know because you've been tricked. You've been duped. You've been turned out to be other than yourself. Because after 1555 in Jamestown, Virginia, we lost all of that knowledge. And the Muslims that possessed that knowledge were murdered outright. I say outright. It says, the Mahdi shall set down all tyrants and oppressors and bring justice back to our planet. Look at the leadership on the planet Earth. Look at all these major countries from India, China, Russia, America, Britain, Germany, Italy, all these, even in the Philippines, Duarte, they have all tyrannical leaders and oppressors of the people. Shashin, whatever his name is setting it up to where he can rule until he dies. Power hungry. Power hungry. And the only way you can do it, you have to learn how to oppress the masses of the people. People are suffering. People want freedom. Say it again. People want to be free to live their lives in peace, to have control over their environment, have control over their government, have a say-so over their government, and able to speak to leadership without being imprisoned. Look at the Iranians. You got the Ayatollah. Well, something ain't right because the young people are raising up. You understand what I'm saying? The woman is totally oppressed in a lot of ways in these Muslim countries. You can't come out the house unless you got your hijab on. You can't speak outright against the government leadership. You had the secret police knocking on your door. Some governments telling you how many children that you can have. Some governments control all the wealth. Then they set up this elitist group of people that live well, but they control the masses of the people, and they use you as a tool when they have wars. Your children are on the front line. Look at Russia. They just snatching up people now. In a lot of cases, they snatching up a lot of the people, the young men that were some of the country that they have overtaken and can't trust. They snatching up the youth and putting them on the front line. This has to come off of our planet, black people. All of this tyrannical leadership has to go. But what we need leadership that has a vision. Very, very, very important. It says when you have a vision, you are getting a glimpse of the unseen. But it's not unreal. What you are seeing is reality. You understand what I'm saying? When you have a vision, you're really looking into the future. You understand? The reality and that vision go together because you can manifest it. Our leadership in the black nation, the majority of it, has no vision. Their vision is the same as our open enemy. They want the same thing that our open enemy wants. You understand? That's why you have such a high turnout today in the last few days in Georgia in the early voting. I say you're free to do what you want as relates to the political process, but now let's sit back and see what we get out of it. What is the return? Will we be talking about the same doggone thing 4 years ago, 4 years from now? Because we turn out in masses to vote. They use the fear tactic about what the white man gonna do to us if the so-called Republican Party gets back in. They're gonna take us back in time. They will if you let them. But you ain't taking me back in a damn thing. You understand? We shall never, ever go back up under those slave-like conditions at all. Period. Because it's on. So I'm not afraid of that. But these are the things they're using us to make us get out here and vote. And you got a woman that come before you that's running for governor of the state of Georgia. I don't know how she tied inflation in with abortion. You got high inflations. You're supposed to be able to go and get you an abortion because you're not able to afford your own child because everything is too high. It don't make sense. So I look at this, it's just me telling it like it is. The devil comes in all shades. You understand what I'm saying? How can you tell the black woman to get abortion because they can't afford it because inflation prices is too high? And the white man and this woman ain't got that problem. So you talking to us. We go out here and murder our seeds. Every animal on the planet know how to take care of their own. How have we been reduced down? We become so ignorant. So you say we can't take care of our own children, our own families. Oh, there's a solution to all of this. I'm getting to that tonight. But we must have a thought of where we want to go. This leadership must have a vision that has not been manifest into reality. We have to manifest our thoughts and bring in our vision on what we want now, black people. What do you want? Ask yourself the question. You just want a house, a dog, a new car, a white picket fence. Some of you just want the white girl to go along with it. And that's all you want. You don't want your liberation. You don't want to be free. We're going to tie it all together. So if you got vision, it prepares you for tomorrow. You will be the new rulers of this planet, black people. Period. Learn how to pray. And be prepared to sacrifice. Because black man, what do we have to pass on to our children and our people? That's why our young soldiers out here doing the damn thing that they're doing. Nothing has been passed down from generation to generation. Nothing at all. Well, we expect our children to walk upright on this planet and not want something for themselves on this planet. Or we lack vision. When are we going to say enough is enough? Understand? It says, obsolete, single, and dangerous. That's the connotation, and that's the thought of the day. The black man is obsolete in the minds of their leaders. Most of us are single and dangerous. Dangerous to who? To ourselves and the white nation. So they can see the handwriting on the wall, black folks. It says, the liberation of our people starts in the home. You judge a tree by what? The fruit it bears. Check it out. Black men in America. Black man, I'm talking to you tonight. The black man in America is virtually powerless. Are we not? Landless and moneyless. In a land where white manhood is measured by such acquisitions, right? The white man got it all. He ain't really suffering the masses of his people. You got some poor white folks out here. That's by choice to me. You shouldn't see a white man on the corner with a cup begging or with a damn sign for nothing. In a lot of cases, they don't have to beg because they have rich parents or relatives, and they just rejected the society that they had placed them in and went on their own, or got caught up in drugs or something to that effect. But they have an outlet. We don't have that. It says, the problem is that the black man cannot deliver the American dream. A great majority of the time, we can't live that, and we can't deliver it in a lot of cases. That's why you see that high divorce rate. That's why you see the black man and the black woman not getting along, because she's looking at two separate societies, one black and one white. But she ties into it all because she said, well, hell, you a man. You should be getting it the same way. You understand? And that creates that schism because in a lot of cases, the black man don't have the same and not afforded the same opportunity. You understand? And we're going to cover that too. It says, therefore, the dream is often translated into a black male slash female nightmare. That's why one reading the black man in the home, he just left it because he couldn't take care of his family the way he wanted to. Therefore, the raising of children has been reduced down to a single parent in most cases. Reduced down to institutions or schools, which will program the children. Is that not what happened today with the father missing and a single mother? I was told in Georgia in some of the high schools they have a requirement that you have to take an ROTC class. They're setting you up to be drafted into the United States military, training you up, giving that discipline, have to wear that uniform all day, how to keep yourself clean. All of these things should be taught in the home. Look at your preschools. Look at your schools that's bringing in a curriculum that you have no say-so over as it relates to homosexuality, all this silliness. We got our little children running around here with Spider-Man uniforms on, Batman, and all of this make-believe stuff that they have dropped into the media, social media, radio, television, raising your children with all these subliminal messages that they're throwing out there in the cartoon, Disneyland, all these things y'all love running off to. Don't you know you're being programmed? You've been programmed from day one through religion. A lot of people go to church and say they got off drugs and they praise Jesus. Well, if I programmed you from a child, and if I told you Mickey Mouse was God, and you went to church believing Mickey Mouse was God, and you saw all praise due to Mickey Mouse to help you get off drugs, but you didn't understand. Mickey Mouse ain't had a damn thing to do with it. Jesus, the one y'all pray to, ain't had a damn thing to do with it. It's that God that within that you really was able to tap into, but you didn't understand. Instead of giving that credit to yourself, you gave it to something outside yourself. Why pray to something inferior to you and claim it to be God? You the God. You understand? The Jesus of 5,000, 4,000 years, however long it's been, maybe two, I don't know for sure. It had nothing to do with it. Because it no longer exists. You're the God. But they gave you a God that didn't live within you. And they gave you a mystery God to call on. But you, the God, had to tap into that God-like mind. And you do these things and you don't know the ability that exists within you to bring about change in yourself and on this planet. You understand what I'm saying? Great trick is being played on black man, woman, God. You understand? Divine black man, divine woman that is put here to bring in God's on our planet. But they got us instead of looking inward, looking outward to that which does not exist. Well, moving right along. Such as daycare centers, our children in daycare centers, or the streets. Start you off in the preschools. Like I said, television and social media. What are our cultural values? We should have cultural values that are stabilizing ingredients of the family. Quite often are not coming to the children from the parents or the extended family, cultural institution, or our community, but from incompetent training centers, mass media, nonsense, and negative peer relationships. That's all we get. What are our cultural values? Where you getting your values from? Television, outside the home, from the streets, from the peer pressure, not from your community, not from your family, because the family structure has been broken down. Men don't even want their children no more. You don't want to raise your children. You don't want to give them that time, that knowledge. You don't want to prepare yourself to be a God, to be the head of your household. That requires knowledge and understanding, morals and values and principles that come from the head of the house. You understand what I'm saying? Black people, we got to exert our power, take on our responsibility and take it back. I mean, but how can you have a baby, man, and you don't even go check on it? You know it's hard out here for the black woman to raise a child and she's trying to work and take care of herself, take care of the baby. Half the time, hell, she ain't even at the house. Then drop them off to a daycare center. Come home tired, stressed out from being on them old messed up jobs. Nobody to teach the baby, to teach the child. The mother doesn't say she done did a disservice to a child and he ain't but 5. Black man. But I see a lot of black brothers, but I'm talking about those that not that's walking with their children, got them on the shoulder. The young boys and girls are happy to be with their fathers. You see a big difference. You understand what I'm saying? When you have that 2-parent household teaching morals and values, it says the cultural imperatives that direct and develop a people, in this case, black people, are being replaced with illness, with silliness, and Spider-Man solutions. All our children running around with Spider-Man, pointing their doggone fingers. Young boys are not taught the positive aspects of black manhood and responsibility. And young girls are more concerned with, by the age of 13, are more concerned with hair, clothes, and how to be sexually attractive. Or are they not? Without getting pregnant. Sometimes you put your babies on birth control pills at the age of 14 and 15 because you know they're going to sneak. You understand? Because you haven't set that example in your damn home in most cases. You understand? They're not even taught the process of life. You understand? They don't have a clear understanding of anything. Or this special place in this world. You understand what I'm saying? Couple this with the failure of most educational institutions in the black community, the oppressive nature of the system, the non-responsiveness of the economic sector, and the killing style of the legal apparatus. It's truly a wonder that the black man and woman are able to function sanely at any level. Brothers out here sick with mental illness, you see it every single day. My brother told me that he used to go to this park down there in the city of Atlanta where they had most of the homeless people at. And the brother, he just lay on the ground all the time. Sometimes the park people come through and have him move. He just move over toward the sidewalk or lay down. But he said that he went down there the other day just to check. And the brother had died and he had just laid on the ground and nobody didn't know he was dead. But what the problem was is that the man was sick all along. Understand? There was a reason why he never got up. He was sick. I had a brother that I know that I growed up with. They said he was going into the hospital to have a hip replacement, or when they checked and did a workup on him, they found out the brother was full of cancer. They didn't even know he was that sick. The brother said, no, reach stage 4 health. Just let me go on back home and I die peacefully at home. And that's what happened to him. Dying wholesale out here. Understand? But there is hope, black man, black woman. You understand? There is hope. Check this out. Black people have survived the Middle Passage, chattel enslavement, and have outlived the buffalo, the little men in white robes with black boots. Talking about the Klan in them days. As dim as the sun rays are, the will remains to conquer this oppressive and impersonal world. Let me read that back. As dim as the sun's rays are, the will remains to conquer this oppressive and non-responsive government and world that we live in. Oh, yes. See, they ain't killed that will. We want to conquer it all. That's why I'm here tonight. To bring in that ray of hope so we can see the light at the end of this tunnel. You understand? It says in our darkest moments, we must never forget that the United States, actually the West, is not a reflection of black people. They don't reflect us, we reflect them. Check it out. But we in our sleeping hours, which is sometimes 24 hours, all too frequently duplicate the negative aspects of it. We just became little devils in the house of the big devil. But all is not lost. I'm going to give you a few tips tonight on how to teach our children in the home, our boys and our girls, how our fathers should be moving, how our mothers should be moving. You understand? To turn this thing around just a little bit. Because we can get the problem, but we need to come up with some solutions to these problems, black folks. You understand what I'm saying? Now, this is not going to take very long. It says, we must turn the uncouth into the cultured, the evildoers with bad character into good, God-fearing, and righteous people. That's our responsibility, black folks. That's your responsibility, black man. You got to become the head again. You got to become that God. He said the women are taught to respect themselves and the man. It says by nature, we talk about our woman, precious things are protected and well covered. Man's most precious jewel is his woman, brother. We got to stop treating our woman like the white man treat his woman. Very disrespectful. We done took on that same ideology with our woman that's been on the front line with us. In a lot of cases, she been out in front of us. All we want to do is call our woman all type of names. We want to beat her in public, disrespect her, and then get her pregnant and run off and leave her. Do we not? No economic system has been developed, no educational system has been developed for our own kind, for our own people, for our women, working on these devil jobs, working like slaves, can't even pay their damn bills. And worked all damn day long. Still ain't got enough money to pay the damn bills. It says, men stop them, we must stop them from drinking. Men must stop drinking, gambling, and wasting their money in sport and play, thereby making the father in their home so their wives and children can look up to them with respect. It is mandatory that the man protect and respect the woman. See, we want all this doggone respect, brothers, but we ain't earning it. Just because we men We think we're supposed to be respected because a man supposed to be respected by his woman, but we're not doing the thing that's relative to getting that respect. Respect begets respect. We got to set that example back up in our homes. And I'm talking to those that are not doing it. There's a lot of brothers out here are doing exactly what I'm talking about. And you can see the difference of the fruit they bear. That's coming up out their homes. You understand what I'm saying? Well, we got way too many that have abdicated that responsibility. You understand what I'm saying? They got caught up or captured by the game, as the brothers say. Understand? It said the mother is able to instill within her children love and respect for their father, and to teach them love, teach your children love and sympathy, teach them forgiveness and understanding, teach them how to be truthful, teach them how to show appreciation and have consideration for others. She teaches them to be truthful and trustworthy in all their dealings, to make no false claims and never take advantage of anyone. These are the examples we need to be teaching in the home. Let me run that back to you though. You have to teach your children love and show them love. Teach them to have respect for their father. Father, earn your respect. And teach them love and sympathy for others. Forgiveness and understanding. How to be truthful, how to appreciate and have consideration for others. It's a big difference. She teaches them to be truthful and trustworthy in all their dealings. To make no false claim, don't go around lying to nobody. And never take advantage of anyone. See someone slipping, you're going to take advantage of it. No, this is not what we're here for. But let's move on. You must have qualified teachers. Children are taught to love and respect their parents, teachers, and their elders. Do they have respect for their elders today? You can get on the public bus, all they doing is talking about MF this, be this, all that. You see all these older people sitting there, done raised children, got grandchildren, and taking care of their grandchildren because the mother and the father had abdicated their responsibility, and they just cussing like a damn sailor. You understand? Where does this come from? They didn't get it in the home. And children are taught to love and respect their parents, teaching, and elders, and understand that learning is only possible when they pay good attention. You have to teach your children how to listen. You have to teach your children how to make them slow down that energy, but they have so much. You have to make them have to sit down, have quiet time. You got to cut that TV off. Sometimes you got to sit down and have a conversation with them. You understand? Sit around the table, sit on the couch, where you're looking at them in their eyes, and you talking to them. Children understand very, very, very well. You understand what I'm saying? And be careful about the conversation that you have around your children. They shouldn't be privy to every conversation. There should be control mechanism in the home on what they listening to, the type of music, what they watching on TV. You couldn't play any type of music in the home, in our home. When they rap music, all the cursing and profanity and all the bad messages, even though we had gaps in the age of our children, they couldn't play, the older children couldn't play that music around our young children because they didn't have the same understanding as their brother and their sister because they hadn't even reached that level of training yet. You understand? So they had to go outside, play it on the front porch, or put their earphones on. Of course, they didn't like it, but that was the rule of the house. You understand what I'm saying? We had to put these restraints down because we living in the belly of the beast. Everything goes. You understand what I'm saying? This is how we produce that good fruit. Understand what I'm trying to tell you? This says, boys are taught and trained to keep their bodies clean as well as their minds. Keep all that foolishness from coming into their minds. But a lot of cases when they're young boys, they don't know how to process that information they're getting. They'll take it for face value and run with it. If they don't have anyone in the home to counter all of this negative influence that's coming into the minds of our young boys. They see all the sexuality on TV. They don't know how to process that. They got access to porn. They don't know how to process that, do they? That's what parents are for. All these children running around with telephones now, they own everything. They're watching every damn thing. Boys are trained to keep their bodies clean as well as their minds, to accept their responsibilities. They have to have responsibilities as young boys growing up. If they don't do nothing but take out the garbage, when they come home from school, don't throw your clothes on the floor. Understand what I'm trying to say? Yes. When you get up from the table, clean up your area. You get up from the table, put your dishes in the sink. If you spill something on the floor, get it up. You understand? That's your responsibility. You understand? Teach them how to be clean. Teach them how to protect their minds. Make sure they fulfill their obligation when you give them responsibility. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? Black folks, these are the keys. Ma'am, these are some of the keys you could be teaching that 5-year-old right now, even though the father is not in the home. You understand? You all be asking about examples of manhood. Well, hell, take them around the nation. Understand? Have the fruit come around and spend a little time with your boys and talk to them. Let them see a man coming, stomach in, chest out, head up. How he walks with strength. You understand? How he talks. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. You understand what I'm saying? How he conducts business. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you, sister? You have the example right here in front of you, but you let religion, you let your belief system keep you from reaching out to the best example in America and ultimately on the planet. We have men right here in front of you. You understand? You know, you got to sit down with your children and talk to them about their school days. How was school today, brother or sister? You understand? Because you want to see what's going on. You got to sit down and be able to help them with their homework. They got homework, make sure they take that responsibility instead of hitting the door, running outside playing. No, you ain't going nowhere. Let's get this done. Understand what I'm saying? Teach them how to read at an early age. Understand what I'm trying to tell you? Break down the ABCs and their numbers and their shapes and their colors. Watch them. See how they react and respond. Through their daily activity, you know how to reach your children. You know how to teach them. I got grandbabies. I'm working on them right now. I watch them. Then I know how to engage with them. Understand? I learn their habits. When my grandbaby can miss, she like getting up in the morning. She always come holler at her grandfather. And we'll sit down. I have things in front of her. I see if I got a little case that I have. I carry information and other things in. She know how to open it. Understand? I know she like her water in the morning. Give her a little snack, some fruit or something in the morning. Understand? And she'll follow me around the house. Or she like her grandfather. I know how to pick up and show her that love, give them kisses and stuff, play with her, take them out to the park. You understand? And she hear me say, "La wop bop." You run around, you hear her say, "La wop bop." You understand what I'm saying? Dropping them righteous seeds in her. You understand? Teaching them morals and them values at an early age. They got good parents. You understand? And make sure they get good, wholesome activity. You understand? They got a grandmother to make sure they go to the farms, learn about animals, farm life, and nature itself. Take them out into nature. They're stuck to see other examples of other men and women. That's on a higher level of understanding. There's examples all around us. It's the choices that we make with our babies. But we'll set them in front of TV all damn day long to keep their mind occupied. But you poison them, you killing them. You understand? They said boys are taught to train to keep their bodies clean as well as their minds, to accept responsibilities and obligations, to perform their duties. They got duties, you got to perform them, brother. You know, they be arguing over, they used to argue over the house, who's going to take the garbage out? My boys in hell, they be arguing on hell, I done washed 5 dishes, you ain't washed but one. They still got a whole sink. Y'all got to get this done. You understand? They counting the number of dishes. We're going to sweep up the floor. Well, is the job done well? You gonna do it like God? Understand what I'm saying? No, you got to make sure to fulfill their obligations. Teach them how to be in time and on time. You understand? Don't show up when you want to show up. Show up at the time prescribed. You understand what I'm trying to say? Teach them how to comprehend what they read. Sit down and talk with them, chat with them, ask them questions. You understand? And they have a lot of questions sometimes. They ask you questions sometimes you don't have the answer to. Ask you why the sky blue. Ask you about the stars. Ask you about where thunder come from, where lightning come from. You understand? They ask you about insects. Yeah, my grandbaby Kimmy, she'll pick up insects, but she know which ones to pick up. She know the ones that don't bite or sting. You understand? She'll bring them to you. Baby, I'll put that down. You understand? But she know not to touch spiders and certain other insects. They got this already geared into their DNA. You understand what I'm saying? But you got to spend that quality time with them. We got to train up that next generation because that represents our future. They said teach them how to be clean. They are taught to respect. They are taught to respect and protect the female. I never had a problem with that with my sons and my children, my boys. But like I say, when my daughter got old enough to court, brother had to come to the house. And they'd be waiting on to show up. You understand? They got to pass the test of my sons before they even get to pop. And if they weak, if they got pump fired mentality at them, keep moving. You gonna take they saying, well, you gonna take my sister out, you can't even protect her, brother. Let me see if you got some hands a little bit, put the gloves on or something like that. Now I'm watching all of this. So by the time they get to me, I ain't got too much to say. You understand? Make sure you get it back here at such time, partner. That's it. It says how to respect and protect the female and to be dependable. And what? Self-reliant. Teach your children how to put the clothes on. Teach them how to do things for themselves. Wash their face, brush their teeth, keep their hygiene up. Teach them entrepreneurship at an early age. You understand what I'm trying to say? And they are taught to respect the property of others. We don't steal. Understand what I'm saying? I had one of my sons when he was a little short, he went into the store and he had took something and we seen it after we come out, we took him back in there. Yeah, you got to talk to loss prevention that part. You might be on your way to jail. So I'm telling you, I don't let him take my baby to jail. But that's to let him know these things are not acceptable. You understand? So you got to face that cause and effect. You understand what I'm saying? So that put it in their mind, this ain't good for me. You understand? Because that's the consequences that I didn't expect from my actions. You understand what I'm saying? We don't steal. Don't teach your children to steal. It says, girls are taught and trained to keep their bodies clean, charming, and graceful. Also, they're taught loyalty, devotion, modesty, and what? Morality. Say it again. Girls are taught to keep their bodies clean, charming, and graceful. Also, they are taught loyalty, devotion, modesty, and morality. They learn how to cook and sew to care for their future husbands and children. Also, boys are taught how to care for children as well. They are taught how to avoid everything that is shameful or that will cause them to have a guilty conscience. You understand what I'm saying? You know, don't teach your babies that the best way to get a man is to be sexy. Teach them how to be modest. You understand what I'm saying? Father you that example when she grow up that they're gonna be looking for. You understand? You got an upright man, you're gonna be looking for an upright man. You understand what I'm saying? And never do anything you're gonna be ashamed of. Sneaking around, lying, buying your baby a birth control pill because you haven't taught them the right way. You understand what I'm saying? Do you use the word virginity in the home at all? But they're watching sex all day long on the TV. Thoughts become things that they're going to practice sooner or later. Do you set up in your home when your children start the court a courting process? Understand? Do you, when the boys and the girls get together, do you have a chaperone? You can't be up in the room with the door closed. Okay, you ain't be in my house anyway with my daughter. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm trying to say? Black people, we got to put all these things into effect because we want to produce and raise the best of the best. We got a job to do on this planet. We have a job to do. We have a responsibility to raise our children in an upright manner, not in this niggly stuff, not in this niggly manner. Where you put on a rap music, they know all the cuss lyrics and every damn thing else in it. They're doing the same thing that they see on TV or the neighbor next door doing. That's not good. Now we have a responsibility to correct it. And those are the things that mothers, that you can do yourself. You understand? That way you can prepare your sons to come into manhood. And that's when you need that man to step in. Where you can prepare your daughters to understand what they need to expect. You understand? To be modest. You ain't got to run around with short shorts on. You ain't got to run around with tight tops to see your little breasts. You understand what I'm saying? You got all this makeup on, lipstick on. You understand what I'm saying? Teach them how to be modest, but teach them how to have that grace. Teach them how to have that, to be charming. You understand? Teach them how to be feminine. You understand? Teach them how to protect their minds. You understand? Teach them that sexuality is not the order of the day. You are special. You understand? You're divine. You understand what I'm saying? Teach them how to take care of themselves, to be able to cook, feed and clothe themselves. Teach them how to be self-reliant as well. Teach them how to be loyal and have devotion. Teach them Teach them well, black people. Teach our children. That's our responsibility, not the white man, not the school system of America. No, they ain't teaching them a damn thing. But how to be a damn tool in the food for the white man's agenda. Oh, yes. And teach them how to avoid everything that is shameful. Teach them severely against homosexuality. Teach them on fornication. Break it down to them. Teach them about adultery. Some of y'all can't teach that because you got so many damn men coming into the home. Because the father ain't there. One man, one night, somebody else. I ain't saying everybody, but you get my point. Teach them on incest. Teach them about perversion and the murder of our unborn through destructive methods. Black people, don't teach them on abortion that abortion is a right to the woman. Teach them how to protect their sexuality and their virginity. There's no need for an abortion, is it? Huh? Most women get abortions because they had sex with the wrong man, or just for pleasure, or you turn a couple corners and you don't want to get busted. Understand? By your man, or maybe your parents. Understand? Teach them not to open their legs to everybody. You don't have sex until you get married, sister. Brother, you shouldn't have sex until you get married. Because when you bring in a child, and you're a damn near child yourself, then you set up a bad situation. Children raising children. Really, the parents have to take on that responsibility, and they tired a lot of times because they don't raise your butt. Now you got another responsibility. Understand? Now the children, now the girl done reached the age of 18 where she can make decisions of her own. You understand? She got the grandparents watching the baby while she in a whole other damn state, in a whole other damn city, running wild. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? Hell, I got nieces to be doing that. They be calling me and got broke and need something to eat and all that old type of stuff. I make sure they're good. And then, grandmama got the baby, raising them. You understand? Because that's the best solution. Because now they going through this process of life that they don't understand, but now they got to learn the hard way. But you learn down right before you get out of high school and had a damn baby. Understand? Too early. These are the things that cause a problem in our community. We have to speak on them. It says it teaches against lying and stealing, backbiting, hypocrites, and people who are envious. Teaching about people who are envious when they get out in this world. It teaches against drug addiction, teaching about drugs, alcohol, gambling, teaching about them con men and the slick talking pimps that's out here who are selling their own women and who place them in the hands of their own open enemy without protection. And I'm gonna just tell you, most pimps hate women. And all the pimps that I seen when they had me locked up at 19 with 2 counts of aggravated battery on the police that came down from Chicago and had reputations, most of them turned out to be homosexuals. I look around a couple of weeks later, they on somebody on walking the damn yard. Damn. You had a reputation of being a woman player. Now you run around here and getting played your damn self, bending over. Understand what I'm saying? Because they weak. It says, and it teaches against those who have no respect for themselves or anyone else. Teach them about these things. So wash the mud from the eyes of our people, whereby they can see for themselves. Don't put the mud and cover up things. Teach your children. Let them see. I would take my babies My daughters and my sons, I take them on the block. I take them on the blocks sometime where they got the pimps and the women standing out there in their outfits and stuff. This is what this is about. I take them to another section where the brothers are nodding and the sisters are nodding on the block. This is what you're looking at. You understand? Or somebody firing up that pipe. You understand? This is what will happen to you if you go that way. You understand? I don't hide it. I didn't hide it. You understand what I'm saying? I showed it to them when they're old enough to understand what they're looking at. You understand? So when they come out of this world into the world of their own, then they got a full understanding. You understand? Then I done did my job because if they go another route, and I did teach them that, I feel bad, but I done showed you. Now you have to make the right choices. You have to make choices. Not that you didn't know you didn't know. No, you know. So you have to make that choice. Is this the path you want to go down? It says, see, unstop the ears so they can hear for self. They straighten their tongue whereby they can speak the truth. Teach them how to speak the truth regardless. They break the chains of fear. Don't teach any fear in the home at all. Never teach fear to your children. Never tell them stories about something gonna come get them. Never use your power over your children to instill fear in them. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? And ignorance from their minds so that they may understand themselves and others. This is the job that we have to do, black people. We have to take on this responsibility and get on down and take care of business. It says, teach them where they may stand upright and stop wallowing in the mud. It directs their hands and feet to do for self and not wallow in self-pity. You understand what I'm saying? This is our responsibility, black people. This is how we bear that good fruit and bring it forth on our planet. It says, but what is not talked about is the ability of the great number of black men to survive America's worst condition and therefore revolutionary and progressive organizations, which remains the great threat to white rule. See, they don't want us to be upright. That's why they're so hard on the black man. Period. But they're looking at us and saying, damn, we putting everything on the black man and woman. But he still survived. How is he doing it? Because they worried that one day we will wake up and develop that revolutionary spirit. Them young soldiers out here will look back and say, damn, I've been wrong all along. I've been misled all along. I've been tricked all this damn time. Now they start looking at their real enemy. Understand? Then they say, revolution time, takeover time. Understand what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. This is why most of the European American system and subsystems are structured to systematically keep conscious black men out. You see it all over social media today. All the black men become conscious and speak truth to power of doing what? Silenced. Of being what? Sanctioned. Mr. Ye, better known to you all as Kanye West, the brother being sanctioned. But telling the truth. Y'all will use all this other negative stuff to put on the brother. But I look at the good. The man speaking truth to power. In this instance, like I said, he should be fully applauded. And his enemy know He don't have any protection. The only protection he got is Allah himself. You understand? But the man ain't lying on these people. He calling it out like it is. Giving these messed up contracts, controlling all the resources, pulling off contracts right under because the man spoke the truth. Ain't nobody doing that when they talk about us at all. No, they don't give a damn. You understand? But they have the ability to silence the black man. Time out for that. It says, simply put, black people in America are powerless. Defined as this: no ability to make life-giving and life-saving decisions, do we? As well as the ability of knowledge, resources, and the desire to deliver on the decision made. We don't have none of that ability. Black men are not able on a national, local, international level to make decisions on important life-giving or life-saving decisions about black life, do we? We voting to bring in some crackers right now to make some type of decisions on our lives that will make our life better, and it ain't gonna happen. We don't have that ability to do these things for ourselves because we have integrated too far into a system that hate our guts. It says, our input into a national black domestic policy is laughable. Our involvement in black foreign policy is minor. Most of us don't even pay attention to foreign policy. We don't have any input into a foreign policy decision that affects our life on a daily basis, do we? It says, our relationship to the black woman is quickly approaching the point of a disaster. It's at that point, is it not? It says black economic, political clout on the world level is minuscule, and our understanding of the forces that regulate our lives is embarrassing. That's why BWO, EYL, on their way to London right now. You see how things, when you bear good fruit, brings about a difference, a change, teaching financial wealth, to what we need and how to go about it and get it, and when you get it, how to use it. Huh? IWS, got the other brothers out here, Wall Street Trapper, and a whole lot of other brothers that the 19 Keys and all these other brothers that know, bringing them together, teaching the masses of our people how to go after the right way, going out the country to various countries, you understand? Putting the black man stamp on the world stage. You understand what I'm saying? We putting it down. Put our stamp on the world stage now. Oh yes, we should be dealing with foreign policy because when the white boy go to war, we the first ones on the front line. And when we come back, we have nothing. Injured, mind messed up. Brother got to do drugs or drink all the damn time to cover up all that pain and trauma. Because he over there taking innocent lives and stuff like that on the order of the Caucasian. Especially since we are supposed to be the most educated and the most creative and talented black community of black men in the world. Say it again. Especially since we are supposed to be, and we are, the best educated and the most creative and talented black community of black men in the whole entire world. But who's benefiting off of it the most? Who's profiting off of it the most? Understand? Yeah, them boys that old Kanye was talking about. I ain't got to call no name. You already know who I'm talking about. Understand what I'm saying? Black folks. But who's getting the short end of the stick? All this negativity, getting contracts. They're telling us how to murder and kill one another. How we just talking about sex, sex, sex all the damn time. How we got our black women over there buck naked in all your videos going down on you. Understand? In your videos, give me all this subliminal suggestion to our young babies, our beautiful girls, our beautiful black men. Well, they think the only way they can get money is to destroy their own people. We don't bring any guns. We don't bring any guns in. I mean, drugs in. No manufacture, produce anything. You understand? Where's all this coming from? Huh? Well, you can kidnap a black woman, the brothers, and go tell the police, and they don't even respond. White boys knocking off our women left and right. We don't have any intelligence agency of our own to know where all these crackers live. Understand what I'm trying to say? So we can shut it down if need be. You know, kidnap, I want me snatch one of your butt, man, where they at? When they killed one of us back in the day with the Muslim soldiers, hell, 10 died across America. Tell it like it is. Soldier time. Life expectancy is lower than white men for black males, is it not? The mortality rate exceeds that of the black female for the black man. Admission to the mental institution is high. In these clinics and hospitals for black males, by the time we sure be dead in a damn way. The death rate for black men are staggering. Say it again. The death rate for the black man is staggering because without the black man, there is no black nation, period. Understand? We're having heart attacks all over the place. At early age, brother dying of heart attacks. Man, they ain't even got out their 20s and some dying in their 30s and early 40s. Heart attacks. Having strokes. I know a brother right now that had a stroke, but he back up and moving on his own. He had one stroke and had another light stroke. He didn't even go to the hospital. He called me and stuff. Told him, brother, you should go and get checked out. But he just said, the hell with it. But he up. He moving. You understand? He called me all the time. Brother be hemorrhaging. We died from homicide, left and right, being tricked into this so-called drug game, where we murder one another, and then gang activity where we murdering one another. Y'all don't like one another. You throwing signs up left and right, talking about one another. Let a brother slip, you gonna knock him for what little change he got. You understand? Not including the drug-related deaths or the suicide rate in our community. You understand? And this is coming because we have abdicated our responsibility in the home. Family is the key. See, all this can be eliminated if we get back into the homes, if we put the right information in the minds of our children. Discouraged by low unemployment, messed up education, first jail, first killed in the streets, first fired, first to be confined to a mental institution, first in prison, first lynched, first involved with drugs, alcohol, first miseducated, first denied medical treatment, is running first neck and neck, and the divorce, first to be denied, we denied the normal benefits of this country, and the first to be blamed for black problems. We shoulder the weight of the world, black man. This has been put on you. But what we doing? Like the old saying says, we keep coming like baby kids. Do we not? They done did everything under the sun to destroy it. As a matter of fact, they done damn near destroyed the black family. As a matter of fact, they done damn near destroyed the black man. They don't know how we still exist today. But all of the things that they have projected on us, from feminizing the black man to drugs, alcohol, miseducation, we die too early, we aging too early up under this wicked, accursed, oppressive system. But I just gave you some keys, black folks. They simple. They simple that we can implement ourselves. Black woman gave you some keys that you can teach your babies at an early age and get them ready for this world and get some male masculinity, some male examples in front of them. Take them to the mosque or take them to men that's doing the work out here so they can have an example. Because I'm telling you, mother, you can't raise a man. You understand? And a lot of mothers dedicate their lives to their children. And once their children grow up and leave the home, they live a lonely life because they love their children. They work for them, they slave for them, they do everything. You understand? The father nowhere around, he show up on the damn birthday or something. Then he gone because he just come here and try to hit the mother and keep moving. You understand what I'm saying? But then you make the commitment. You don't want to bring another man around your children and stuff, but when they leave the home and have interests of their own, then you there by yourself. You understand? No one to love or care for you or have companionship or none of that. You understand what I'm saying? Some women become so independent. You know, you got some women so independent, they don't even want you to open the car door because they're used to doing everything for themselves, period. And it's not really their fault, but that's where they've been conditioned to survive. You understand what I'm saying? Out here. So a lot of times they get with a man or meet a man, you'll be nice to them, but it comes with conditions. You know, only thing they want to do is have some sex with them, go about their damn business. That's it. But now we're gonna change all that, black people. Now we had to come up with a economic program where we can provide food, clothing, and shelter to our own. We can do these things ourselves, black people. We got to get out of being dependent on our open enemy. It's very, very dangerous times to be living in, to be dependent on these people. Don't you see the way they moving? Can't you see the way they moving? Don't you know they got control over all the resources we have developed none for ourselves? We got to step it up now. The resources, the best resource, the best wealth that you can have on this planet. And what I mean by resources is people to get the job done. Understand what I'm saying, black people? We have got to develop the resources of the black nation. All of this brilliance that's in the mind of the black nation that's being held back on purpose. Only time it's released to benefit the white man and his world. This is not our world. This is not our way of life. We don't really know how to live on this planet because our blueprint is the white man. Understand what I'm saying? There's so many examples out there now. So my job is really, along with others, to pull all these dry bones together now. So we can start a movement toward freedom, justice, and equality. And I say it's already started. You understand? I say, look at it. BWO, EYL is a movement now. Now it's worldwide. It's going to grow and grow and grow. And expect there to be trouble down the line somewhere. Because we all don't have to do the same thing. We just do what we good at and some more beside. You understand what I'm saying? So when these brothers get approached Understand? We ain't gonna let them do them like they doing Kanye. You understand what I'm saying? We ain't gonna let them come up mysteriously dead without a consequence. Even if we don't know who did it, somebody got to go. You understand? We're gonna become dangerous. We're gonna become powerful, and we're gonna assert our control on this planet. We're gonna drop out our vision on this damn planet, our planet, in our universe. What the hell we want for our future, for our children, for our woman. You understand what I'm saying? Brothers and sisters, whether you like it or not, whether you part of the movement or not, the job will get done. It's already been prophesied because we're the elect. We're the chosen ones of God Himself to raise up out of this graveyard of ignorance, slavery, suffering, and death. You understand what I'm saying? And raise us to the top. You understand? Take over time, black man. Take over your household again. Go back and get your babies, brother. I don't give a damn if you got another family with another woman. Go back and get your babies and teach them and train them. Become the head of your household. Bring godliness back into the household. Bring guidance back into the household. Bring kindness back into the household. Bring in love back into the household. Bring in knowledge back into the household. Connect back with that black woman and do this. You understand what I'm saying? That's how you make love, black man, to your family, to your woman. You understand what I'm trying to tell you, soldier, tonight? Take over time. This is our planet. We fight for our lives now. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? And I know we can do it because I know you. I know your history. I know your beginning. I know who you are. You understand what I'm saying? Black people, let's raise our woman up where she can feel free to walk this planet Earth. And she, in a way that she don't have to feel like the way to get a man, she got to walk around here butt naked. You understand? And some of you brothers are in the problem. Because you'll make a hoe out of our woman. You understand? Because you buy them. You buy them with shiny things. You understand what I'm saying? And all this crap on social media. Women telling you cash out hell. I don't even know you like that, sisters. I ain't got to buy you. Understand what I'm saying? I ain't that type of man. But reduce our women down to objects. We playing the political process backwards. You understand what I'm saying? Vote, vote, vote without no deal. All these black people that did early voting in Georgia, over 1 million without a contract. Miss Abrams promised to do this, that, and other. Everybody get a fair shake or got employment. But hell, what about ownership? The hell you mean a fair shake? Hell, you can't. If we own every damn thing, you can't make no damn law make me do a damn thing for anybody. Because I own it, it's mine. Understand? How I'm implementing a law to keep the cracker from killing me. Understand? When he is the law, when he makes the law. Understand what I'm trying to tell you, black folks? Talking about vote for the lesser of two evils. Hell, they all evil. Ain't no less. It's all the same. So we got to have a new teacher in front of us. We got to have a new way of life in front of us. And I see a lot of good young brothers out here that's moving in the right direction. But you don't hear about them. They don't put them on their big platforms at all. Because they don't want that type of knowledge to get out. They don't want to see a black man that's conscious leading the pack. They want the traitors out in front of you. They want to sell out niggas, the ones that they can control, easily be manipulator of pushing the corporate America agenda. Those are the only ones you see on major platforms. You don't see the wide awake black man, a woman at all. They put all this distraction out there for you. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? You get focused, they'll pull your mind away with a bunch of damn foolishness. All this world consists of is sport, play, and entertainment. That's all they say the black man and woman is good for. Play for us, nigga. Jump for us, nigga. Sing for us, nigga. You understand? We'll let you do that. We'll let you move to Beverly Hills or go to Martha's Vineyard. You understand? We'll let you make money. But we gonna count your money. You understand what I'm saying? So if you get out of line, we'll snatch every damn thing. You get out of line, we'll make you bow. You get out of line, we'll make you submit to our power. How we control everything. Because they know the black man don't control anything. He don't even control his own household at this moment. But that's getting ready to change. Black man God, up, you mighty nation, accomplish what you will. You understand? They say, civilize that man, black man, raising from the dead. And that's exactly what we intend to do. Raise you from the dead to be a wide awake man. Well, we gonna take our planet back with the will and the grace of Almighty God Allah Himself and His last and greatest apostle, the most honorable and humble Elijah Muhammad. You understand? Where there come a time in the hereafter, the black man won't even know what it is to tell a lie. You won't even remember how to sin, black man. You won't be stealing, robbing, murdering, and maiming one another. We won't have a woman walking the streets of America buck naked or strung out on drugs, looking grubby, nasty, smelly. They ain't took a bath in days, sleeping on sidewalk, sitting in a damn blanket, firing up a damn pipe. Or you homeless based on certain circumstances and you trying to sleep while men are raping you. You understand? It look like you and I. All of this is coming off the damn planet. You understand? So let's get back in our home. Take some of these keys from Pop Keys that I gave you tonight. I'm not going to go much longer with this, but I thank those that came in. I hope I was able to partake and give you something that you can use in your homes, black people. You judge a tree by the fruit it bears. You understand what I'm saying? Let's bear. What's the best part of the tree? It's the fruit. Understand what I'm saying? It's the fruit because it represents our tomorrow. If we don't produce good fruit and let this white man destroy our youth, demoralize them, take all their morals and values and make them into a devil, then we done lost. Understand? We done lost the war. That's why Allah is here now, to show you the condition that we in to the world. You say, I'm gonna go get my chosen one, my elect one. And the world see our black men and women, my people, in the mud. He said, I'm gonna raise them up. He said, I'm gonna raise them all the way up to be the rulers of this planet. Understand what I'm saying? So when I do that, the whole world know who I am. This is God talk. They say, I must be God, because I raised a dead man up, brought him back to life. Understand what I'm saying? Now look at the world, bowing and submitting to the man that once was in the mud so low, all you could see was the white of his eyes or her eyes. You understand what I'm saying? Now look at them. Rulers of the planet. You understand? Now they're the best of the best. And the whole world is waiting on the black man woman and child in America. Say the most talented, the most creative. Now we must become the most productive. Allahu Akbar. And I say again, I say Muhammad, I say Muhammad, I say Muhammad got the devil on the run. Run, devil, run. Huh. 2, 3, 4. That's where we got to move like soldiers on our planet, brother. Soldier in, soldier out. Assalamu alaikum. Good night, black family. May Allah be with you. Let's get the job done. It's our time. Whatever you choose to do of good, you can accomplish it. Now see it. Visualize it. Bring it into existence. Let's start having a group operation and working together and supporting one another. Well, good night, black people. Allah be with you and keep living. The words that I'm speaking are not futile at all. We shall be the winner. We shall be the rulers. We shall get our families back together. We shall get our woman back. And we're going to walk this planet together. Understand what I'm trying to say? All praise due to Allah, who came to us in the person of Master Fraud Muhammad. And we'd like to thank you, Allah, for raising up in our midst the most honorable and humble Elijah Muhammad. And I pray, Allah, you kill the devil within me as well as the black nation. And I pray, I'm sorry to say, that you kill all these devils. Understand what I'm saying? Every last single one of them, man, woman, and child. I didn't say me, I said Allah, because that's what he said he gonna do. Fire next time. So I'm riding with the Mahdi. Take it or let it alone. It's coming one way or the other. Good night. Assalamu alaikum. I hope you can take this with you tonight and use it. Assalamu alaikum. It's that simple.